Imagine getting paid just for sharing your thoughts on products and services you use every day. With Survey Junkie, it's that simple. Click on the link in the video description to discover how you can start earning today by taking surveys.
The return of Nigel Farage to frontline politics is a major headache for the Tories, and has a whiff of déjà vu for many voters. He became a household name by playing a key role in turning Brexit from fantasy to reality as UKIP leader. The party siphoned off Eurosceptic voters from the Tories until David Cameron decided to try and head off the threat with a referendum, sparking a chain of events that sent Farage back to the fringes. Now, as head of Reform UK, he is again eating away at the Tory vote with a pledge to slash immigration, and there's no clear answer for Rishi Sunak, who has overseen a record rise in net migration. Despite having its roots in the Farage brand, Reform UK has made a lot of this headway without him. Here's how it made it to the mainstream. Not sure what to make of the general election? We got you. In your inbox, follow the battle for number 10 with our free weekly newsletter, bringing you easy-to-read breakdowns and straightforward analysis. What really matters to you? We focus on the issues that our readers care about. Explore parties' policies on immigration, LGBTQ rights, and more. On mobile, join us on WhatsApp for a daily selection of news and opinion as the election madness gets underway. And don't forget to turn notifications on. On TikTok, fact-checking? Yes. Voters' opinions? Yes. Dogs at polling stations? Also yes. Follow us on TikTok. What is now Reform UK was born as the Brexit Party in 2019, when the government was fraught with infighting over how exactly to leave the EU. It was co-founded by Farage and Catherine Blakelock, a former mid-level UKIP figure who was quickly forced out of her new party over racist and Islamophobic tweets she'd made in the past. The party campaigned for the UK to leave the EU without a deal and abandon the ongoing talks to agree favourable trading arrangements. After Boris Johnson replaced Theresa May as Prime Minister that year, he took a tougher stance against the EU and turbocharged preparations for a no-deal exit in case the talks collapsed. Farage tried to forge a Leave alliance with the Tories in the 2019 general election, believing his popularity on the right could force Boris to commit to a hard Brexit. Even though his offer was refused, he ordered the Brexit Party to only field candidates in Labour-held seats. They failed to win anywhere and won just 2% of the vote. The party slid into irrelevance as Farage left the UK to work for Donald Trump as a warm-up speaker for his unsuccessful 2020 campaign. During that time, he became increasingly outspoken against COVID restrictions, although he initially supported lockdowns. He decided to dip his toe back into British politics by rebranding his party as Reform UK, which would now campaign mainly against further lockdowns. The party also vowed to take on powerful vested interests, naming the House of Lords and BBC as examples, and cut tax. Leadership was handed over to Richard Tice when the rebrand was completed in 2021, and Farage announced he was retiring from politics altogether. Reform UK gained its first sitting politician when Tory-turned-independent MSP Michelle Ballantyne joined, but she was voted out of Holyrood in 2021. The party remained firmly on the fringes over the next 2 years, gaining just 10 council seats after securing some Tory defections and winning around 6% of votes, where it stood in the 2023 local elections. It began making headlines after the high-profile defection of Tory MP Lee Anderson in Ashford earlier this year. Although his candidates fared poorly in later by-elections, Tice hailed the 2024 local elections, where Reform won 11% of the vote, as proof his party was becoming the real opposition to Labour. Reform UK has climbed steadily in the polls since then, and Farage's shock return as leader, and party candidate for Clacton, on June 3 has been followed by further gains. The party has now overtaken the Tories in a national poll for the first time, scoring 19% over the Conservatives' 18% according to a June 13 YouGov survey, which put Labour on 37%. Averages of multiple national polls still put Rishi Sunak's party clear of the challengers by at least 8 percentage points. The news is a massive boost to Reform's attempts to paint themselves as a serious alternative. We are now the opposition to Labour, Farage declared in an ITV election event on Thursday.